Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren and today we're going to talk some tea. Alright you guys, so it's time for another Tea Together Tuesday. If this is your first time tuning into a Tea Together Tuesday video, Tea Together Tuesday was created by two fabulous people in the tea community, Kimberly from Tea is a Wish blog and Jann from Tea with Jann. And the intention behind Tea Together Tuesday is to bring together everyone in the tea community across all platforms and start a discussion about a prompt for that day. This week, the prompt is, what is your favorite tea company and what was your first tea from them? So I thought about this for a while and I have come to the conclusion that I don't really have a favorite tea company. There's not any particular brand that I'm super loyal to. So in order to decide who I would choose for this, I thought about a couple of things. I thought about a company whose tea I just love, or a company whose brand values align with my values, a tea company that comes up with unique, unusual teas. And what I settled on was the company who left an impression on me early on in my tea journey and has never really disappointed me when it comes to tea. And that would be Harney Sons. Over the years, I have tried a variety of their blends. I like most of the things that I've ever tried from them. And it's certainly not a ton that I have tried from them, probably maybe a dozen different teas. So again, I don't really feel like I'm judging them based on their entire line of teas. My feelings about Harney Sons bring up really warm memories. Back in 2010, when I first discovered them, it was because I was shopping at the Christmas market that gets set up in New York City, in Central Park in New York City every year. And it was the first Christmas we were going to be spending after my mom had passed away. And my sister and I are both tea drinkers. And so I bought both of us a teapot, and with those teapots came a tin of Harney Sons tea. That was the first time that I was ever exposed to Harney Sons. And so the tea that came with my teapot was the Tower of London blend from Harney Sons. And yes, this is actually the tea tin from back in 2010. I still have it and I just use it to put other things in now. But I have bought Tower of London since then and have another tin in my stash in my cabinet where I keep my teas that I reach for on the regular. This tea has bergamot oil in it, which, if you've seen any of my videos before, Earl Grey and I don't really mesh, and mainly it's because of the bergamot flavor that's in Earl Grey. However, this Tower of London blend was the first time that I experienced bergamot and actually enjoyed it. I recently also purchased their Paris blend for the first time, which also has bergamot oil in it. And again, it's very reminiscent to me of the Tower of London blend, and I enjoy that one very much as well. So I think that any tea company that is able to make me a fan of a tea with bergamot in it is doing something right. I had never bought tea before that came in a tin like that, and I loved it. I loved the packaging, and it was also the first time that I had ever experienced one of these sachets. And back in 2010, we were not worried about microplastics, and instead it was an amazing, high quality way to drink your tea. So that also left an impression on me, on just the quality of not only the tea, but the packaging and the care taken for an experience for the tea drinker. And so I haven't tried a huge amount of tea from Harney Sons, probably about a dozen different teas, but I have enjoyed almost every single one that I have tried. And for me, they came into my life at a very hard time in my life, and it really brought me so much joy to to sit with that teapot and drink tea, and it brought me comfort, and it made me feel close to my mom, who was also a tea drinker. And I think it's just, and it has always made me feel close and connected to her when I think of that time, and even today when I treat myself to a cup of Tower of London blend. And even today when I treat myself to a cup of the Tower of London blend and I just sit with it quietly, it helps me feel close to her. And that was a really hard time in my life, and it was a way to be with her and take care of myself and bring a little joy into my life during that time. So that would be my pick for my favorite tea company. This was a really hard one for me to choose, and so my criteria for picking a company was my emotional connection to the company, because I think that we all have those things in our life that bring back memories and comfort, and will always be special to us because of when they came into our life. And so that is why I choose Harney Sons as my favorite tea company. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else chooses as their pick. As tea drinkers, we try so many different kinds of teas and brands that it really is a difficult choice. And just because it's your favorite tea company doesn't make it the best, but it does mean that it's special to you for one reason or another. And thank you again to Kimberly and Jann for coming up with these Tea Together Tuesday prompts. It's wonderful to see the tea community across all the platforms coming together and sharing their experience and love of tea. And I look forward to catching up on everyone else's posts and videos and stories and hearing what they pick. So I hope that you will join us, and see you next time. Bye.